Have you ever wondered where civilization truly began? Not just farming or fire or stone tools, but cities, writing, laws, empires. The foundations of the world we know today. To find the answer, we have to go back, way back, not to Egypt, not to Greece, but to a land between two rivers. Welcome to ancient Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia, a name given by the Greeks, means between the rivers, referring to the mighty Tigris and Euphrates. These rivers wind through what is now modern-day Iraq and parts of Syria, Turkey, and Iran. But thousands of years ago, these waters nurtured something remarkable, the world's first great civilizations. Let's go back more than 5,000 years. Picture a flat, dry, blisteringly hot land. Not exactly paradise, right? But here's the trick. Every year, the rivers flooded. And those floods left behind rich, fertile soil. Early humans realized that if they could predict the floods, control the water, and plant crops in the right places, they could stop moving, they could settle, build, multiply. And that's exactly what they did. Here, the Sumerians emerged, the people of southern Mesopotamia. Around 3500 BCE, they began building the first true cities, Eridu, Uruk. These weren't just clusters of huts. These were urban centers with walls, temples, markets, and organized government. They had specialized workers, from priests to merchants to artisans. People weren't just surviving, they were structuring society. In Uruk, one of the largest cities, population estimates climb above 40,000. That's a massive number for the time. It was here that humans first invented a system of writing, cuneiform, around 3200 BCE using reed styluses and clay tablets. Sumerian scribes recorded trade, taxes, laws, poetry, and even literature. Yes, literature. The world's first epic poem comes from Mesopotamia, the Epic of Gilgamesh. A tale of kings, gods, monsters, and the search for eternal life. It's a story still studied today because it asks timeless questions. What is the meaning of life? How do we face death? Mesopotamia was a land of constant reinvention. City-states rose and fell. Around 2300 BCE, a man named Sargon of Akkad conquered many Sumerian cities and founded the Akkadian Empire, the world's first known empire. His rule stretched from the Persian Gulf to the Mediterranean. He governed with military force, but also with strategy, spreading language and law across a massive region. Then came the Babylonians, with their legendary king Hammurabi in the 18th century BCE. Hammurabi did something revolutionary. He created one of the first recorded law codes. Inscribed on a tall stone pillar, his code wasn't just for nobles. It applied to everyone, rich or poor, though not always equally. Still, it was a step toward legal accountability. You might have heard the phrase an eye for an eye. That comes directly from Hammurabi's code. And let's not forget the Assyrians, who dominated northern Mesopotamia. Fierce warriors, skilled builders, and tireless record keepers. Their capital, Nineveh, held one of the world's first great libraries, filled with thousands of clay tablets, preserving knowledge for future generations. Mesopotamians were brilliant innovators. They invented the wheel, the sailboat, and the plow. They developed systems of mathematics based on the number 60. That's why we have 60 seconds in a minute and 360 degrees in a circle. They mapped the stars, created calendars, and tracked the movements of planets. They saw patterns in nature and built science out of observation. And yet, for all their brilliance, Mesopotamia was fragile. Floods, droughts, invasions. Empires fell, cities burned, and over time, the desert sands swallowed much of what was left. But they were never truly lost. Archaeologists began unearthing Mesopotamian ruins in the 19th century. They found tablets, temples, tools, stories, and slowly, the forgotten voices of Sumerians, Akkadians, Babylonians, and Assyrians began to speak again. They tell us this civilization didn't just happen. It was built deliberately, patiently, generation after generation, and it began in Mesopotamia. This is what we explore at History Beckons, the people, the places, the turning points that shaped our shared human story. We're not just telling history, we're making it come alive. So if you've ever looked at a map, or written a word, or read a law, you owe something to the people of Mesopotamia. They were the first to imagine the world not just as it was, but as it could be. History Beckons is your guide through time. Join us for more journeys into the distant past, from forgotten kingdoms to ancient inventions, from epic battles to silent tombs. Because the past isn't dead, it's not even past. History is calling. Will you answer?